I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands.
Alright guys, I thought I will create this simple, quick video to show you how to create this beautiful watch composition. This is actually a really simple setup, simple composition, simple lighting, but I thought I will share my little tips and tricks and details how I shoot this one to get your ideas running. And then you can just test it out on your own, buy the same background surface or something like that, and yeah, get your creative mind flowing. So today, this is our beautiful dramatic lighting on our product, which is a wrist watch. And to get started, first thing I need is the background, and the background is just a stone surface. This is actually floor tile, and it's bought from the local hardware store. And then I broke one piece, kept one for the background, and then just combined all those pieces. As you see on the live view here, I just combined all those pieces around my watch and created this really beautiful dramatic action shot. And just to get more dynamic in this composition, I lifted all those open pieces a little bit higher just to create some more shadows, because when it's just lying on the background, then it wasn't so beautiful. It was a bit too flat for me. So I wanted to have more shadows, and therefore I lifted those pieces up, and now I have more dynamic in the shot, and I will get some beautiful shadows. This is the live view. As you can see right now, my lights are already turned on. I have 3 lights, one on the background through the diffusion panel. It's again coming from the 45-degree angle towards the product, and then I get this beautiful reflection on this glossy stone, and this reflection is going right into the camera, and then I get this beautiful glowing surface. And in addition, I have 2 lights on the sides. These are just for the background, just to get some shadows into the shot. Maybe I will start shooting so that I will turn on those lights one by one. Let me turn off those background lights. These lights will be off. All right, now this is my starting point. I have only one light turned on, and my camera is connected to the computer. I'm using Capture One just to tether all my images to the big monitor, just to see those little details where I might miss something when I'm using this small LCD. By the way, just today I was shooting in the morning all those new products for the client, wine bottles, whiskey bottles, and in there I had one product which I was lighting up so that the label was having white background, black text, colorful elements on the side, and then silver text in addition. Some small marking over there, it was logo or something like that in the corner. And if I would have used only this one small LCD screen, then I would have taken my photo just as I usually do, white side lights and white background, and that's it. And I would have missed that one logo on the label because it was so small, it was not visible with the setup that I had. And then thanks to the big monitor I was using, I noticed this little mark over there, and then I used additional bouncer to light up this silver reflection. And yeah, it saved my day. This large monitor saved my day. Otherwise, I would have needed to reshoot after the client would send me the comments that, by the way, this is not good image. We need to have this small logo visible. I've had this happen. So that's why I'm really using this larger monitor, just to get all the images straight to the computer, and it's workflow wise, it is even easier, because then I don't have to copy from the camera into the computer. All right, anyway, this is connected. Background light is turned on and we are ready to take our worst, not the worst, yeah, it is worst first, but it's also going to be the worst image. So let me show you. Let's take this one image, and this is our starting point. This is kind of looking cool, really like strong shadows and nothing else visible. And those stones are really working nicely, having this shadows, sharp lines leading towards the product. And I think it's good, but we can do better. So right now I placed my background light a little bit to the left. So you can see in here, if I zoom in, then you see this highlight is not in the middle here, but it's a little bit on the left side. It's just a personal preference. I like it this way. I want to have it like this, and then later on I have like more dynamic in the shot. But now this is going to be a composite, which means that I need to composite all those different shots that I will now take into one in Photoshop. So I will take several shots and I will edit this image in Photoshop, taking pieces. For example, this one will have that area, next one I will take another reflection and then the background, and step by step I will get my full image ready. So this is our first one. Let's move on and let's try to turn on the first background light, which is going on the right side, and let's turn that one on. And this is our second shot. So let's compare these two. It's really subtle change on the composition, but it makes a difference. So this is something that I usually do, that I want to add a little bit of light on the background just to get some life in it. Otherwise it's too like flat for me. So yeah, this is our first background light, and now let's turn on the other one as well. This is going to add the same amount of effect on our background and a little bit onto the watch as well. So let's take the third shot. Now, as you can see here, this is what we get as an addition. That's all we need. That's all we need. All I wanted to add, just to give a little kick onto the background and onto the watch. And now let's move on with the watch itself. Top part on this watch is looking pretty good already. This is not bad. It's illuminated properly. We can see the watch itself and we can see different textures in there. This is like more high glossy, and this is brushed metal. And then our next step would be illuminating this bottom part of the watch. I don't add much to it, but I will use my silver reflector just to reflect a little bit of light that is coming from the background onto the strap. So let's see how it will turn out. And this is my reflector that I will be using to illuminate the strap. So let's try it out. All I need to do now is to place this one here somewhere, just to get some reflection onto the bottom part and to keep it away from the composition, from the frame. If I go closer, then from the live view I can see when I'm in the frame. So I will just try to keep myself out of it and take the shot. And as you can see, this is really effective lighting on the bottom strap. And this is This is my main composition. I really like that one. It's as simple as it gets. Really simple lighting, basically for the watch itself. It's just one light. One light that is coming from the background. I'm using this as a bouncer to add some of the light on the strap. And then maybe I will use some additional smaller, maybe these, to illuminate the side on the watch as well. Or if I think I can use this one. I will just place it in the specific position and use these in addition. Let's see if I can get it in specific position. Let me see if this is somewhere here. All right. Let's take the shot. Let's see how it is. Yes, looks good. This is awesome. And now I want to illuminate the sides as well. And I'm going to use those pieces of silver paper, by the way, which needs to be matte silver, not glossy, because glossy is not working with the glossy surfaces that well. Matte surface for the reflector is better. So let's use these, and I'm gonna hold this on the side. Let's see if I can just keep it really, really close, and I'm gonna take the shot. Did I change anything? Not yet. So let's try it again. I have to use this one. And now I'm going to take the shot. Yep. Getting there already. Yeah. That's better. And now let's do the same thing on the opposite side as well. Let's see if this is something that yep, almost. I think that's good. That's good. Now I should have the left side here like that. This is the line I wanted to have. And for the other side, I had this one. Now I have the shape for the watch. I have the right side, left side, bottom part for the strap, and I have top strap visible. And the only thing that is disturbing me right now from the final image is that face. The face is too bright, too flat. For the glass, which is also picking up the reflections from the diffusion material that is coming from the back, I need something dark to eliminate the white reflection from the watch face. I want to have it so that the black area that is on the watch is darker and everything else is as it is. So I will add in black card, and I will place this behind the diffusion material, and I will find the specific spot where it covers only the area on the face here, this area. So you can see on the live view now, if I take this one and move that behind the diffusion material, and now you see on the live view how the shadow is moving. So this is the area that I want to darken down just a bit, and I'm going to take the shot like so. And now you can see the difference. This is really like simple trick to use black card for eliminating reflection from the glass. And I think it works quite well. I can light up those highlights a little bit later on in the post, but the main composition is looking good. And comparing to the previous one, you see here is the reflection that you can see coming from the background. And now this one is the final image. All right, so I think now I do have bottom part for the watch, I have sides, I have top part, and also the face. Some reflections on the background are happening as well. So I think I have my final image ready. That's it. Simple setup, simple lighting, and this is what you can get with just like playing around with the light, with the reflector, and yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you got some ideas from this, and try it out. Because if you just watch the video, then it doesn't help you. You have to try it out. You have to test it out and try it out yourself to see what can be wrong, what can go wrong, and what mistakes could be done during the photo shoot. So this is important to test it out in real life. So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked the video. I hope you got some ideas, tips and tricks from this little short clip. And if you have any questions, of course, as always, leave those in the comments. Let's have a discussion in there. And in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.